I am Slick Nick, the living legend of hair loss, your personal hairline hero and the face of the franchise of hair loss. Let's go ahead and get to work. I got a comment on a video that will better explain the first 12 seconds of this video of why it always starts out that way. I love this comment from George Jovic on a video I recently made called Hair Loss Obsession? Tell everyone on Reddit to unsubscribe to my channel. And that's the thing. I mean, reverse psychology. If people start talking about me on third-party websites, gossiping like little schoolgirls about how weird my channel is or how obsessed I am with hair, then that will only bring in more viewers, because this is all about money for me. I make $500 a month from the ad revenue, and I don't care about hair. I wish I could make videos about things that we're passionate about, but people don't watch those videos. I've been doing these for 5.5 years, and I know it has to be something people are obsessed about, not what I actually care about if I want to make money from this. Now, yes, I definitely want to help people. All my new videos always remind you of the video in the description, how you can learn. There's 5 questions to ask yourself on whether you go bald or not. That's how you determine it. And then there's 10 things you're actually being judged on. And hair is not one of those. The things that make you attractive are not your hair. But specifically for men, there are 10 things that are largely different than they are for women. So I want to address this comment again. So George says, your channel is growing because you are weird in a way. We like stuff that is different and obsessive. So we watch. We put ourselves in your shoes, etc. End quote. So I just want to address that comment because it is weird. And I know it's weird. It's totally weird. But it's a reflection of my viewers. Just imagine though, the whole premise of this is for me to make money, and it works. You know, 5.5 years ago, I watched I actually watched a Netflix documentary that explained that YouTubers make money, and I thought, I want to get in on that. So I made 3 videos every day for a month. That was nearly 100 videos. I looked at my statistics, or analytics. The #1 video was the one where I mentioned something about a receding hairline. So I said, I will capitalize on that, and that brings you here. You're obsessed with hair loss. So I just keep cranking out more content, knowing I'm saying the same stuff over and over, but you keep watching it and it creates ad revenue. For some of you, about 3%, I keep up with it, about 3% of you actually are able to accept my help. You watch the video, you learn how to predict if you're gonna go bald, then you find out the 10 things that you're being judged on. Which, by the way, one of the things that makes this channel weird, so on the list, there's number 9, and number 9 is talking about being funny. And one of the ways you can tell if someone has a sense of humor or not is whether they find funny things funny. So for example, it's my tradition to start out every video, I am Slick Nick. Like, that's funny because it rhymes. The living legend of hair loss. Like, what kind of silly title is that? Like, the living legend? Okay, so I'm still alive and hair loss, but I'm not even bald. I have a receding hairline, but so that's silly because it doesn't even make sense. And then I say your personal hairline hero. Like, you need a hero for a hairline? And then my newest one, the face of the franchise of hair loss. The reason I created that one is because I was at the gym this week and it was ESPN was on. It was on mute. And I just saw something about saying some football player was the face of the franchise. Oh, I'll steal that one too. But all that's completely silly, but it's funny. But people who have no sense of humor don't get that. They think I truly am some 39-year-old man who's obsessed with hair loss. It's quite the opposite. I find it completely an uninteresting topic, but I've learned a lot about it over the years so that I can help my viewers who are obsessed with it so I can make money from it. And that's where you're at. You, the viewer, get to determine, oh, he's being funny, but it's funny because a lot of my viewers will get upset when I say that I'm a living legend hair loss or Slick Nick, or if they don't get upset with me, or well, they'll say, you don't have enough hair loss to be making these videos. Or they'll get angry because I'm not still shaving my head. So either I have too much hair or not enough hair to be talking about this. Do you realize how silly this all is? Like, it really is silly. Like, it's all comes down to the video in the description, and then move on with your life. Don't keep coming back. So what you're seeing is me reacting to people who are obsessed with their own insecurity. I clearly tell them that your real issue is #1, confidence. But you say, I can't be confident because I might go bald. And I say you can't be confident because you are consuming pornography, which is like allowing yourself to be sexually assaulted from a psychological point of view. You can't be a confident person if you're doing that. And that's the thing people need from you is confidence. But you are sabotaging yourself by consuming pornography. And you're not willing to take the first step of confidence by shaving off your hair, or at least half of it, in order to gain that sense of confidence. Like, that's the first step. Nowhere on this list is it talking about hair. Closest thing to appearance is where it says here on number 4, healthy and active or fit, taking care of yourself. That's a very masculine trait. But still, number 1 is the most important. When you're confident, it's easier to do all the other things, like be decisive and be a good communicator and to be funny and to be emotionally intelligent, not allowing yourself to be offended or hurt or disrespected, not assuming that people view you based on your own insecurities, but instead this list. So yeah, this is definitely a weird channel, and I'm being so straightforward with you in this, but a lot of you, because you're so obsessed with hair loss, this goes right above you. And even though I'm being honest with you, you can't handle the honesty because you're so self-centered that you've never watched that video that I always talk about. You have refused to answer the 5 questions for yourself to determine if you're going to go bald. You refuse to really study those 10 things that actually make you attractive. And you refuse to get pornography out of your life. And yet you're going to come back and watch another one of my videos where I say that same thing every time. So yeah, that's really weird. I admit it. But through all of this, 3% of you actually accept my help and do those things. A very small minority of my viewers actually are allowing themselves to receive my help. And so for me, on a personal level, that makes me happy. As for the other 97% of you, I'm just making money off of you and openly admitting it. And yes, this is a very weird channel. So I want to thank you for leaving that comment. And just to kind of grasp where you're coming from again, your channel is growing because you are weird in a way. So we like stuff that is different and obsessive. So we watch and we put ourselves in your shoes. So yeah, I think that's interesting. This is not really a channel about hair loss, is it? It's about a guy who's almost 40, who's making a side hustle off of people who have a lot of time to obsess over their own insecurities. That's really what this is. So it's only weird because my viewers are obsessed with something so weird that we can overcome. You can overcome it, but not in the way that you want. You want there to be some magical fix so that you won't go bald anymore. And instead I'm like, no, I got the solution for you. Here's the solution, but you won't do that. In closing, I specifically could have ended this video a minute ago, but YouTube puts 2 ads in videos that are 8 minutes or longer. So that way I make double the revenue. So I specifically drew this out an extra minute for that purpose. See, that's what this channel actually is about. Your comments are right here.